We're going live. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you're having a good Tuesday evening. And here we go with another one of these. Sure you can. David Moffat, what's up, man? Alright, so, you didn't think I was going to stream 2 nights in a row because I've been on the Twitch from last night. Was on streaming on Twitch, and tonight we're streaming on YouTube's, or YouTube's, but however you want to pronounce it. And we're going to be painting. We're painting a mishmash of stuff. Don't ask me, man. I just paint it. All right, so yeah, and you know we're here to answer your questions about whatever. So let's show you guys. What's up, Nelson? Did you know you were kind of free? Would have my paint. Free would have you paint my stuff. Oh yeah, no, I can pick it up. I can pick it up tomorrow, dude. I'll pick it up. I got toddlers that are still awake, so let's see what we can get away with. Okay, so here's what we're working on tonight. Well, first off, you know, we got this thing. This is hail. This is a bale of hay, but it's a Halloween bale of hay, and it has a jack-o'-lantern on it. So why not? It's Halloweenish. It's festive. Yay! Okay, so we got that. You could make terrain. You could make terrain out of it. You could make a goal. It could be a farmer's goal if you want.
Oh yeah,
You could do that. So we got that, right, and then we got I forget the name of this guy. Let's see. He's from Infinity. His name is Saito Togan. Saito Togan. And Saito Togan is kicking a thing. He's from Infinity. Yeah. That's what that's. I got a toddler singing because he waited until we started recording.
Okay.
Until we started broadcasting to do this, and everybody and their mom wants to be on the show. Hey, kiddo.
I just want to clarify that the jack-o'-lantern has no nose.
Yeah, jack-o'-lantern has no nose. That's often the case. Anyways, we got Saito Togen, who's basically done. I mean, he looks good, right? He's basically done. He's got a color shift base, and he's kicking. That's all you need to know. And then we got also basically done Lilith from Malifaux, Mother of Monsters. You guys remember this model? This is actually a very old model.
Is she actually a Mother of Monsters?
Yeah, that's actually, yeah. She has a mechanic in game where she grows these little Nephilim. They're little demons. And they start off as little babies, as little teratots. And you feed them blood during the game, and they turn into big old demons.
And then you can use them for the entire round?
Yeah, you use them for the rest of the game. You can see I gave her a great sword here.
Yeah.
A couple of different fun colors there. You can see like some green, a little bit of darker, like steel in there. So you got a fun little great sword. You know, flowers. You know, she's super goth. That's one of the things that I really like Lilith because she's just goth. She's great. Right? She's super fun. David Moffat is a pro nose jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, that one had no nose. I don't know. You guys tell me.
Something that you also did not paint on the screen.
What? Well, yeah. We're getting there. That's how this works.
Yes.
Doing introductions. Okay, one at a time. All right. So yeah. So Lilith, you know, she's all right. She's just sort of gothish. Gothy, and her stance is weird. Look at her, look at that profile. It's weird, but you know, it's old school Malifaux miniature going through the tab. All right, so tonight we're painting a special thing, and it's special. It's special. What's up, newbie? Keep them guns loaded, friend. It's going down. Yeah, you can't stop me. Anyways, my other son has started staircase bowling, so he'll be busy for a while. That's fine.
My brother has this weird addiction where he just goes to the stairs and just throws these balls and copies the lines on Team Umizoomi.
Yeah, that's true. It's a sport. We call it staircase bowling. He is the world champion staircase bowler. Nobody even comes close to his score, and he likes to keep it that way. So he'll be staircase bowling. But on to the main event, man. Like, we're gonna. You guys don't even know how much I like Star Wars. Yeah. Did you? I really, guys, Star Wars. Everybody get hype, right? Like, just here we go, and this is gonna be. I'm telling you, this is like the best Star Wars. All right, this is so good. This is so good. You're not even. This Star Wars is the most Star Wars of Star Wars stuff.
Okay.
So get ready, because here it comes, okay? This is what we're going to work on tonight. You can't believe it. Yeah, you're in for a treat. You tuned in at the right time, friends. You came to watch me paint that. This is this is I shit you not. This is her name. It's Darth Talon. Darth Talon is her name. This character. Can we just appreciate this for a minute? Her name is Darth Talon, and she's a metal bikini Sith Lord Twi'lek thing, right? And you know, she's basically Darth Maul. They combined Darth Maul with the sexy Twi'lek, and they made. Are you effing kidding? Her name. I'm not gonna curse in front of my son.
No, you can.
I'm not gonna curse in front of my son. Darth Talon? Are you serious? That's what they're calling? That's what they call her. Darth. Yeah, her art is. I mean, there's cool art. I guess, but it's Darth Talon. Seriously?
I mean, first you had Darth Vader and then get Darth Maul.
Darth
Talon.
Talon?
Why? That is so cringy.
Come on. Come on, Star Wars. Come on. Really? And
you could make anything.
I just. Is that. Let's hold on. Let's pull up. I mean, there's good art. Okay, I'm gonna pull up some art so that you guys can see, so that we can all partake of Darth Talon. Okay, we're gonna look at some. I mean, there's good art for like what is this? Okay, so let's add. Let me show you guys this. We're gonna add. This looks like this is what we're gonna copy. There we go. Okay, there. Yeah, Darth. I mean, it. Like I'm not objecting to the art. I still really like Darth Red Boobs as best name. Let's see if I can. I actually had to kill that window. Where did the... Uh-oh. I lost it. I lost it. Hold on. Oh, no. The dark thought of the Sith. I can't even get out of this because... Here, let's look at some more. There. You see that? Darth Talon. She's black. She has black metal bikini on. And... she's very Darth Maul-y. And she has a lightsaber. Here's some more. That's a good, right? That's a good shot of Darth Talon. Darth Talon? Are you serious? That's really what her name is. Darth. I've said it enough. Can we?
Oh my god.
Hiya! Hiya! Alright, that's enough. That's enough of that. It's enough of that.
Yeah.
I.
Yeah.
Someone besides newbie thought uses the term thought. I thought he made that up. So that's
Darth.
I know what you're thinking. You're blown away. You are blown away at the character at this character design. But guess what? Guess what, friends?
Two.
Guess what? There's two.
It's
We're
alone.
painting. We're painting two
Darth.
Darth Talons.
That
Just and they're both force choking. Maybe they're force choking each other, right? Newbie would love that. He would love that. They're force choking each other. Ha! Ha! Hey, what's up, Lord Draconum? The Darth Talon is choking, force choking other Darth Talon. It's, those are my metal thong. That's my metal bikini. No! This is what we do on my channel, son. This is what we do. This is what we do on my channel.
This is hilarious, but so bad for me.
It's good art, I guess. It is good art. The name just drives. It's just. I'm just. I. Hi. All right. So, anyways, let's paint some Darth. Let's paint some Darth Talon. Let's do it.
Oh my God.
Let's do it.
Why?
Let's do it. You know, we could be painting. You know, we could be painting Soundwave. Yeah, we could. That could be a thing. We could have been painting Soundwave guys, but no.
Nick.
No.
Because you're done with Soundwave.
No, I'm not done with Soundwave.
Dang it.
But we could. But
Why did you choose
you know,
You gotta do this.
force choke the chicken. Stuff like this is why I hate the fan fiction. But it's not fan. Darth Red Boobs is not fan fiction, right? Darth Red Boobs is a real thing. Larry's on to say howdy. Larry wanted to see how far we got with Darth Red Boobs. All the other stuff is done, Larry. All this stuff. This is we finished. Here we go. We did like all that stuff. This is actually the little effect on her greatsword. Pretty awesome, right? No, but we got this. So we're gonna paint this. And I mean it's not the worst character design. Here's the word. Okay, I'm gonna use this word, and only snooty people use this word. So you guys can make fun of me all day long if you want, but I'm gonna use the word. Okay, I'm gonna use the word. Clown me all you like. The word I'm gonna use is derivative. Okay? Okay? Now, if you do not believe that is what this character is, let me know. Like let's talk it out in the comments. Let's discuss. Is this character like most Star Wars stuff today? Most Star Wars stuff today, in my opinion, is derivative, right? But this one sort of wins that entire contest. This is the most derivative of derivative, and she has the ridiculous chainmail bikini trope. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those guys that's like vehemently opposed to the chainmail bikini trope, because if you put it on a really well sculpted model with a cool, I'm thinking like a Boris Vallejo type type of sculpt type art. Am I saying that right? Boris, whatever his name is. You guys know who I'm talking about. But if it's done well, if it's Kingdom Death, if it's then okay, chainmail bikini me, that's fine. Like I'll rock that. I'll paint that, and no shame, right? I just feel like this was the end point that they wanted, and then they just this is like a joke from the Big Bang Theory. Okay, that's how it's like, and then we're gonna mix a Twi'lek with Bayonetta and Darth Maul, and we'll call it Darth Talon, and everyone laughs at Wallowitz, and it's the stupidest joke ever. But you get what I'm saying? It's derivative.
It is.
I
I don't know what that means.
Octavius, you don't know what derivative means.
No.
Okay, let me see if I can explain
No,
derivative.
no.
You don't want me to explain derivative to you?
This doesn't. This is not what we came
Do you
from.
want to share what we learned tonight?
I have yes.
The lesson we learned in the other room there. What was the lesson?
Burn Legos and fire if you see them.
Yes, burn Legos in a fire. Right, my kid. It's the first time he's really cleaned Legos, like a lot of Legos.
Yeah.
Right, it was a lot of Legos.
And
Now you hate Legos.
Yes.
Yes, Legos are
Yes.
evil. You haven't stepped on a lot of them like Daddy has, though.
Yeah.
You know, that's the. I love the comments. She's the Big Bang Theory of Sith. Yes, that's basically what I was saying. Anyways, but yeah, Legos.
Yes. This is
Legos. Legos are for kids of a certain age, but the problem is that young kids that like to dump things all over the floor, those are really the people that really make their parents spend thousands of dollars on Lego. So,
yes,
but
yes.
Lego didn't make this, okay?
Oh, wait,
This you guys can tell me about character. Well, let's actually paint. It's been almost 15 minutes of ranting, and we haven't painted. We haven't painted anything.
We haven't even airbrushed.
We haven't airbrushed. Should we airbrush? What do we need to airbrush?
I don't know. It's just making a track.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying something.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, we gotta. I want to put. Let's get some semblance of color on these. Spaz is on. So for something different, have you heard the news, RK? We want to launch into a new rant about Relic Knights. Let's hold off on that for now. Well, they do have Big Bang Me. Yeah. Well, all of the comments are just ranty. They could all. I could read any one of those comments to launch into a different rant if I so chose. But okay, we will talk about Relic Knights. I promise. Just let me get my bearings. Okay, I need to regroup here before we. I'm gonna start putting color down on Darth Red Boobs, and then then we can rant. I'm looking for this. I think this might be kind of interesting that you may not even be able to see on the model, but it's Turbo Dork. Let's Turbo Dork this, right? Let's Turbo Dork this bad boy. I mean, purple Turbo Dork would be kind of cool, but I'm gonna put a little bit. Actually, the real way to do this would be, instead of using this, would be highlight with Chrome and then use inks over both. I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, sorry Red Rum, we're not gonna use red. I kind of want to use Red Rum, but I don't think Red Rum's gonna really impress me over this. So let's go. Right, let's go back to our roots, man. Let's go a little silver on there. We'll highlight these bad boys, and then we're gonna use a red ink.
The armor or
the armor? Yeah. You picked up some RK minis from my LGS for insanely deep discount. I was very one happy perv. I mean, Relic Knights. Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear the good parts, or should we just go straight for it? Right. Relic Knights. Relic Knights is a game that I've played for, I want to say, 4 years, about 4 years, maybe even 5 years, right? Ever since the first Kickstarter, and it was really, if you go back and watch this channel, I hailed Relic Knights as like my favorite. It was like my favorite miniature game of all time. prior to Guild Ball and all that. Like I was like Relic Knights. That is it. It hits everything I wanted in a miniature game. Right? Card mechanic, anime theme, super fast pace, plays on a 3x3. Building lists is a snap. You can just put together cool models that you want. Um, I love the actual Esper mechanic. Made it so that whatever you were 100% successful in everything you attempted in Relic Knights, right? Relic Knights is one of the very few games that it was nearly a perfect information game, at least from the one player standpoint, because you had the Esper to do something. Guess what? You could do it, right? You could buy you could do a thing. You could buy a trigger. You could, you moved, you take an action, you move again. Like how cool was this game? You cycle your deck. The scenarios were fast and straightforward and fun, and it rewarded on some levels. It rewarded a decent level deep play. And again, the aesthetic for Relic Knights, in my opinion, is one of a kind. Now, people will come out and say, "Oh, well, Infinity is an anime themed game, right? Infinity's an anime. Corvus Belli, they do an anime themed game." Yes and no. Yeah, I mean they kind of they do like I guess it's almost more of like a Ghost in the Shell aesthetic, right? It's almost like a specific anime that you're getting from Infinity. Relic Knights was and is the anime miniatures game. It really does follow that aesthetic. It has many, many callbacks to anime themes, and it just hit in all the right spots. Right? When that game came out, I promoted the S out of that game. We thought it was a Malifaux killer. In fact, we thought it was this is the promised land. We're all going to play Relic Knights from now on. That's how it's going to be. And then what happened, right? They launched they launched a second Kickstarter. They launched a second Kickstarter for Relic Knights. And we thought everything was going to be okay. Why did we think everything was going to be okay? Because at the time, Ninja Division had just delivered on Super Dungeon Explorer Forgotten King. Okay? And Super Dungeon Explorer Forgotten King is forgotten, but it was one of the best delivered Kickstarters in all of Kickstarter, right? It was delivered reasonably on time. It was a little bit late. It definitely wasn't, almost 2 years late the way Relic Knights 1.0 was. But Forgotten King was delivered only a few months late. It was delivered in full. There were massive cool Kickstarter rewards for it. It looked like Ninja Division had conquered all of its demons and was ready to go into the next chapter of making these awesome games, right? Then what did they do? They did a Kickstarter. Then that started to fund. Then they did another Kickstarter, and that started to fund. Then they did another Kickstarter, and that started to fund. And at some point, people were going, well, wait a minute. They keep doing all these Kickstarters. Are they ever going to work on any of these projects? Right? And then we leave it. And that was what? That was 2016, 2017? Something like that. Fast forward to today. Where are those projects? Have any of them delivered? Did we get anything? No. We got nothing. We got nothing for years and years. My kids are going to go to college, and one day we'll have Relic Knights 2.0, the stuff that I paid for and backed. But, they basically, their stuff, it just felt like a big sham. I couldn't promote Relic Knights anymore. I couldn't in good conscience ask my friends to play any of these games with me anymore or promote any of my events because it just felt like empty promises. And if I have to choose between, a game company and the people that support me locally, I'm going to pick the people that support me locally. I said so much to Ninja Division. They weren't terribly happy with my answer, but I laid it out in a very elaborate manner. Like some of these people that come to my events, they've been coming to my events for years. They've been my friends for a very long time. They threw hundreds of dollars at these Kickstarters. Relic Knights, Super Dungeon Explorer Legends, Way of the Fighter, Starfinder, right? The list goes on. There's a lot. There's just a lot. Yeah, and you got Robotech, Robotech RRG Tactics or RPG Tactics. You had, it's just been a nightmare. Um, if it delivers, it's better than the Robotech Kickstarter. Well, the Robotech Kickstarter at least had core boxes arrive at some point. That was the Robotech Kickstarter was an absolute nightmare, but that's another issue. Okay, so now, it's many years later, and now Ninja Division is now they've got this new deal. Buy our new stuff, and we'll give you your old stuff. That's the deal. You buy the new stuff, we'll send you the stuff that we promised to send you. And if you guys remember, in fact, I've got the miniatures right here. If you guys remember the Way of the Fighter stuff, these are miniatures that were completed a long time ago. We didn't see those for 2 additional years because they couldn't afford to pay the manufacturer. That's where all their money went. I mean, we're talking about. Let's not talk about Robotech. Yeah. But they couldn't pay the manufacturer. Now understand this. Like, I don't know, how many. It was over $1 million if you look at all 4 of those Kickstarters. It was well over $1 million. Just Super Dungeon Legends alone was over $1 million. Starfinder alone, several million. Right? Where did all that money go? I mean, they said that they said that Super Dungeon Legends was delayed because they couldn't get the rules right, which is kind of crap, in my opinion. It's kind of crap. Yeah, your hands. Can you help your brother wash his hands? Thank you, son. Thanks, son. They couldn't get Super Dungeon rules to work. It's a Super Dungeon Explorer. Have you guys played? I can play Super Dungeon Explorer right now. You could play Super Dungeon Explorer without any real pre-knowledge of the game because it's one of the easiest games mechanic-wise that you could possibly imagine. That was the appeal of Super Dungeon Explorer. And they hired, their main games developer, Zeke, which is a really nice guy. Don't get me wrong, guys. I know the Ninja guys, like, personally. I know them very well, in fact. And they're decent guys, but they're nice guys, but they make bad decisions. And they double down on bad decisions. And then they don't take responsibility for their bad decisions. That's really the stickler, right? That's sticking the landing on the trifecta of horrible, is not even taking credit or accepting responsibility for when you screw up. But anyways, they hung that up on a bunch of. They said they couldn't deliver rules, which is just garbage, right? They couldn't have. Why not just do the same? Right? They had the means to produce Super Dungeon Legends. They had the means to produce all that plastic. They did they did a phenomenal job with Forgotten King. Not to mention Ninja All Stars. Ninja All Stars, kind of a overly complicated game, but the components for Ninja All Stars, phenomenally good. Phenomenally good. And the Kickstarter, again, was a successful Kickstarter. Something happened and they decided, let's change whoever's fulfilling this stuff, and they never were able to complete the home run there on Super Dungeon Legends. So, anyways, let's see. Maybe you'll play SDE with Lord Draconum. David Moffat, you know what? We can do I mean, even if you wanted to, Super Dungeon Explorer is such an easy game that we play it on stream all the time. I just set up the board with a camera, and you guys can. It's like super easy, really easy game. Yeah, so took all these money. Yeah, I mean, it it's been years. It's been years, right, since any of this stuff delivered. How do I feel about the current status where it's buy the new things, get the old things? I hate it. I think it's kind of I think it's profoundly insulting. At the same time, I did it, so I'm in no position to really judge anybody who does it. And people have already told me that they're going to go ahead and go through with it. Anyways, yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's a very easy game to play if you guys want to play it. And so that's where I was like, why are we overcomplicating? They brought in when Deke got sick, they went in and brought in another developer. So the other developer is somebody that I think kind of makes bad games, in my opinion. So he probably made it even worse, or tried to make it even worse and overcomplicated a very, very easy game. So that probably started to steamroll there. But at the same time, it's not like it, when you're doing art and renders and all that kind of stuff. Not that I intimately know this, but I've seen companies that I've been involved in enough Kickstarters and watched other companies produce games, including this company, to know that they're running those types of activities concurrently. That's not a reason why the money would suddenly just dry up, right? That's the problem. And ultimately what happened with those Kickstarters was they did not have enough money to pay the people who were producing their components. And that's incredibly fishy, right? So, anyways, I know we're supposed to paint Darth Red Boobs. We'll get to that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna, I will buy, a Ninja Division miniature just to see what they actually send my way for Relic Knights. The game itself is really good. If you want my honest, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. The game itself is really good, but it's almost like it's like a painful. Uh, it's gonna pain me greatly because Chris and I we've already agreed that we're already in the Kickstarter. A number of us are already in the Kickstarter. We'll play with the pieces when they arrive. We will play the game. But the sad part is when people come up to us and go, "Wow, that game looks really awesome. That's so cool. Where can I get it?" We're gonna tell them this game was made by drug dealers, and you shouldn't buy it. We're gonna tell them something like that because I can't. You guys know I've been pushing like different miniature games and systems for years now, and I cannot, in good conscience, send another person down this road. And I have done this for years and years and years, especially with Ninja Division. Right? I was there. I was the. I was the second or third person to ever sign up for their volunteer program. Right? I was supposed to be, when they did the whole the whole senpai thing, I was supposed to be one of the main senpais. And I told them I would not back any more of their stuff or promote any more of their stuff because these are my friends and I'm tired of betraying my friends. So basically what I said. So yeah, tell them it's been discontinued. I could totally do that. I mean that's not terribly far from the truth. But yeah. So anyways, depressing stuff, right? It's pretty sad. Now we got to make a decision here as far as, we've got a little bit of light on Darth Red Boobs. What are we going to do for... I could use... Nelson, this is... I think this is yours. This Let Them Eat Cake. I could try this on there just as a highlight. Let's try it. Who are Ninja Division? They're just... They're people who are running around with a lot of backer money that they blew, that they spent. All right, let's try some of this. Let's see if this is actually, if it's actually gonna work. Right, a little purple. I don't know, man. Yeah, let's try purple. See if it. Right. So I'm gonna basically just kind of blend this area here right before the that silver edge highlight. And you can't really see that purple. It's not the best. Maybe red rum is the way to go, but I don't want too much red. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, Nelson, I owe you this pot of paint back. I'll bring it back to you. But yeah, the guys, but I'm gonna tell you the truth, even if it pains me to say it. Relic Knights it's a very fun game. It's a very good game to play. No kidding. I haven't played the latest version of it, but even the changes that they were talking about are still pretty good. Like it still look like a pretty solid game. And yes, it does pain me to say that because it's like I just don't want to say anything good. But but I can't. I'm not gonna lie either, right? It works both ways. I'm not gonna lie and tell people, oh, don't worry, you'll get all your stuff from Ninja Division. I'm not gonna tell people that lie, but I'm also not gonna tell them the lie that the game itself was not a good game, because it is. And I kept all my stuff, and we're gonna play it at some point when it comes in. Looks like super. It's an anime style, newbie. I don't expect you to be a fan of that. Although, yes, I do. Yes, I do actually expect newbie to be a fan of at least one or two genre of anime, and we don't need to get into what those genres are. You know. But yes, those of you who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. I can show you guys some of the Way of the Fighter minis. I can show you some. Let me show you some. Like I actually have. This is how sad it is. I actually have a Relic Knights mini here in this drawer that I can share with you. Okay. Since this is some of the least painting I've ever done on stream. Usually a little more productive than this. Let's see. I have one. Let's find that. There it is. All right. So here is an RK Mini that is using their resin production. It's got a little dust on it, but let's show you what's up here. This is a really interesting mod. I think this is called the Knight Errant. I think this was called. Um, the modern stuff is Tripe, your old school Akira Ninja Scroll, Vampire D, the Guyver. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that, though, they do actually reference in Relic Knights. So here's like one of their old style clamshells. Here's the aspirant from the Star Sword Paladins or whatever faction. These stat cards are very old. These are from version 1, so these are no longer valid. But what I wanted to show you was the quality of the resin. Okay, so when Relic Knights first came out, it was PVC, and that PVC stuff is atrocious quality. It was not very good. Look at that. I even just like stamped up. I stamped the base. They do come with um, these purple bases, these 30 mils, which are actually quite nice. They're actually really nice, guys. Here's the mini. You can see it's resin. This is like it's not that spun cast resin like tabletop combat. It's not like that or impact. This is more the old school like brittle style resin. You can tell because it's got those little clear fish scale things, and you can see resin. Like I'm just not a fan of resin, right? Because you get stuff like this. See that crud there? Like how do you clean that? It's just bad. It's just not. It's just not a good clean flat surface.
And speaking of about resin, resin is so hard to not break when building.
Yes, take it from my son. He says resin is so hard to not break when building, right? Little edges like that will snap off. The tip of the blade will snap off.
Like,
the pommel may snap. And then you have these little ball and socket joints, which frankly are not great.
Yeah,
then you've got to clip all the supports off. Resin is just kind of a pain.
Yeah, so just let me give you an example. You're just sitting in sort of a high chair on a table, and you're building this resin mini that you really like. All of a sudden, it falls on the ground, shattered to a million pieces, and you don't have enough money to buy the miniature again.
Yeah, that's true.
That can happen, and it sucks when it does.
Mm-hmm.
It really does suck.
So that's the aspirant, right?
Moral of the story is do not have resin minis near to a strong surface.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right. It's kind of like here's Arena Rex, their resin, similar, right? Although Arena Rex it's far more crisp in terms of the detail. Arena Rex, Red Republic Games, gorgeous game, absolutely gorgeous game. That game should be played a lot more. If you want to talk about a good game made by a good company, which, although stupidly expensive, check out Arena Rex. Excellent game. Excellent game. Fantastic for multiplayer. Some of the best sculpts you'll ever see in your entire life. Arena Rex. Also, some of the most expensive pieces you'll ever see in your entire life.
Yeah,
But just such a good game. And if I had regular people over to my house every week, we'd probably throw down some Arena Rex. I cannot recommend. Like, if you are looking for a fast-paced, smooth, multiplayer capable skirmish game, Arena Rex, look no further. There's my plug for them. I'm not sponsored by Red Republic, but they make a good product. I mean, I'll tell you guys when I like something, I'll tell you when I don't like something, right? Okay. So let me show you guys, since we are talking about Ninja Division, which is one of my least favorite topics, but ranting is kind of what I do. I'm going to show you what. So I bought a miniature from Ninja Division. So this is Relic Knights Mini, right? This is Alabaster Automata, right? And we wanted to see, is that resin better than the 1.5 resin that I just showed you? For those of you waiting to see me pick up more paint and put that on Darth Red Boobs, just chill for a minute. These are excellent. They should just sell these. They should just sell these. These are excellent. Weird miniatures. What are you guys doing? Why aren't you selling these anymore? These are where life is at. Like, these are so good. I cannot overstate what a great product that is. They stopped making it. Why? Because I like it. That's why. Kiss of death. I have to. Anything I think is awesome. They're going to figure out a way to discontinue it. Stop it. Okay, so Alabaster Automata. All right, there's your issue right there. Okay, right here. Let me see if I can get this. You've got a divot here because it did not fill that mold properly, and you can get in there and just try to scrape it off, try to make it work somehow. What's going to happen after you prime it, unless you sanded it totally smooth, it's going to show up. On the 6th Abram thing, you finally figured out how the turret's supposed to be done. Look at this. Look at this. How it's on this sprue here, and see this. The way that the leg is bent, kind of warped there. Resin, dude, not a fan. I'm not a fan of resin. Even Batman. Let me show you something weird. Oh, I don't think I have it on me, but Batman 3rd edition resin is weird stuff. It's very rubbery.
Yeah, never heard of
yeah, it's some of the wildest resin is the Batman 3rd edition stuff.
Also, I heard you say something about weird miniatures.
What do you mean? What about weird miniatures? What do you want to know?
Those little, tiny,
oh, they make those bases, which are great.
Weird miniatures?
No, it's what they're like. This. She's made by Weird Miniatures. Lilith is that's Weird
That's
Miniatures.
Company?
Yeah, that's the name of the company.
And if you actually
So
Weird Miniatures, I purchased a Weird Miniature.
So I bought this thing, and you're like, okay, I see one hand up here, and there looks like there's another hand. Where's the other hand go? There's a hand here, right? There's a hand there, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure where the other hand goes. But it's just not great. Right? I mean, they're okay. It's just it's like run-of-the-mill resin stuff. I've never been a fan of the move industry-wide, the move to resin models. Thought it was all pretty bad. Now you're considering rearing them apart and rebuilding them. Okay, so I bought that model, right? And they shipped me a bunch of my Way of the Fighter stuff. They actually shipped me, 22 models. So it wasn't terrible, right? Here's some of their Relic Knights, Super Dungeon Explorer resins. But look at the, you can see there, holes. See that little slip there in the mold? Come on, man. Come on, man. If you did that, you could have done this model in PVC, and it would have been fantastic. It would have been just fine.
That thing is
right?
Kind of chibi.
It is a chibi. That's what this is, son. It's a chibi miniature.
It's
like they're.
Cupid.
It's a decent miniature, but for the price, if you'd done that in PVC, you'd have been great. You'd have been set. Right? Let's look at some of these Way of the Fighter minis.
You have quite a lot of minis in there.
Oh my god, I have another one of these? These are my I have another one of these? I just gave one of these away. Okay.
Those things are kind of cool.
Yeah, you like those? It's from Aristea.
But it's resin, right?
No, plastic, dude.
Yeah.
Yay, you want them?
So
Yours. Okay.
Kind of cool.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know why
That's what you get for being my son.
I like
You get just awesome.
I like plastics.
Yeah,
I don't
plastic
know
is
why,
great.
but I like plastic and miniatures, and for some reason I usually don't get the
All right.
robot miniatures.
So here's some of the Way of the Fighter minis. I think I showed these off on stream before, but these are produced about 2 years ago. This is about half of the minis that we're supposed to get. They still owe us about 12 more Way of the Fighter minis.
2 years ago. Wow, that's a long time.
So,
Well, not really.
all right. So this, and definitely the anime style. The one thing that's cool about these, you can see they're all single, for the most part, single piece resin. Looks like, oh look, I love I should just put this together like this. Look at this. Whoosh, shh. Like he's covering her mouth. Shh, shh. Don't worry, don't worry. Shh. It's gonna be fine. It'll be okay. This is we're calling this sculpt newbie meets MJ. Newbie meets MJ. Shh. Let's just shh. It'll be okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. I can't even. Oh my God! I can't even. There we go. I got him. I got him. I was able to. I was able to split them up. But you can see anime style face there, and they're okay. But again, you see a mold slip or something, there's gonna be a problem. Like this is not bad. These are, and these resins are a little more sturdy, right? You could tell these are a little closer to Spuncast, almost more like Tabletop Combat, which makes excellent resin minis. In my opinion, if you're buying stuff for Rumble Slam, those are the most reliable resin sculpts you're gonna get to date. Yes, and I do put that up against some of the best. Steamforged Games, rest in peace, and Steamforged probably being one of the top, and then who else would we put in that? Steamforged, Tabletop Combat, Impact Miniatures. They do good job with resin, and here we go. This is kind of like a Dalsim type character. Like these are good sculpts. Here's an issue here. Not that you don't care because it's just the dude's genes, but look at all the skips there from the mold the mold slipping. There's really no good way of cleaning that.
That looks kind of like bandages.
Yeah, Steamforged. I say rip specifically in reference to Guild Ball. The company itself is doing fantastically well. Screw those guys. We miss Guild Ball. Anyways.
Does it look like he has bottle corks on his feet?
Oh, these are pegs. So yeah, these are pegs, right? When they go in the mold, they have to have those extra pieces and supports. And this is actually kind of nice too, because what you can do, you can do. What did I do with it? There is a cool thing you can do with that.
I don't know. You can top it off.
Not exactly, son. Hold on. But there are certain bases that have little that are concave, that have little wells in them. And what you can do is, and Wrath of Kings has them designed that way. Hey, what's up, Sean? Is you can stick the model in the well of that base, and then fill up the well with texture medium or something like that, and the model's going to sit. You can fill it up right to the foot level, which is kind of cool. What I like about these pegs is what I would typically do is I would grab like a temporary base, right? For me, it's going to be I'll pick one of these like trash Night Models bases, and then just glue it. Like I would just glue him to the bottom of this, and then paint it, and then because it's on a peg, you just snap it off the peg, and then you can put it on any kind of base you want. Son is how old again? Considering we try to make sure the mask fits. Oh, he's 7. He's 7 years old, Sean. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, these look great though, don't you guys think? I mean, they do look good. I don't fault. Do I like this whole? It's almost like this is almost like that government deal, Fast and Furious, right? We're gonna trade. We're gonna trade guns for. Never mind. I don't want to get into that, but basically, right? You buy a new product. You buy a new product, and they send you the old product that you've already paid for, essentially. I think it's kind of trashy. I think it's kind of shady. Am I going to do it? Yes, I am going to do it because I'm a hypocrite. I love my toy things to paint. You guys know that. So I'm going to do it. It's going to make it, but I'm not going to feel great about it. How about that? All right.
Speaking of toy things to paint,
like this is here's another one, right? You got a skip and a channel in there and a gap, and it's like there's no. That should be a really nice that should be a really nice smooth little thing that you paint on this model.
Oh my gosh, so much.
Art wise, like look at how flat that hand is. That should have filled out a little bit better. So there's problems.
Yeah.
The boobs are a little, they're built out. But yeah, there's some problems. They're still okay. I'm gonna paint one of these. I'll put together one and paint one so that you guys can see how they take the paint.
These are pretty interesting.
This one is really cool, but again, there's little like this is stuff like that. That doesn't. This is supposed to be nice and smooth. This is like a genie, right? And there's a little girl. It goes right there. She goes like that, like wee.
Is the genie supposed to be taking the girl away, kidnapping her?
No, the genie. It's her genie.
Oh,
so she's got, it's her genie. So she's like, my 3 wishes is I want to be a Street Fighter character. Basically, is what she's doing.
Not really.
But like, what's cool about like this could be a cool. You could use this for Cosmo. In Aristea, if you wanted an alt Cosmo, it's a great little alt Cosmo piece there. I don't know. Maybe I'll paint that thing.
Cosmo's like a character, right?
Yeah.
Like a genie.
Let's look at the other set here.
Speaking of genies, there's a mini of a month over there, and that's like a blue genie.
Oh, yeah. I'll show that off in a minute too.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, there's quite a lot.
Actually, let's actually paint 2 things. I mean, what else do we need to do with Darth Red Boobs? Seriously. Well, let's paint in some of their eyes.
Their eyes.
Right. So I'm gonna use some of this. Tesseract glow on their eyes. Right. We're following the artwork. For those of you who are big Darth Talon fans, all right? The Darth Talon fan club.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I did not know this was a thing either.
And apparently I've painted more than Jose.
Yes, you have painted more than Jose. You're painting Hammerhead? Sweet.
I've painted a giant centipede,
all right.
a barbarian skeleton, and
Dude, you have a whole case of miniatures you painted. It's pretty awesome.
I could just show you a lot of my miniatures right now, but I don't think we have time because it's night.
Yeah, because it's night. All right. And then let's
So let's get into it.
Okay. Let's paint the black here.
By the way, recently I would ask, why have you been painting so much God tier lately?
Why have I been painting so much God tier?
Yeah.
God tier's fun to paint.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only reason.
But you don't really like the game.
The game is all right. No, I don't. It's not that I don't like the game. The game isn't remarkable enough for me to actually reach for and play.
Yeah, okay.
It's like I will play it if someone's like, "Hey, play some God Tier with me." I'll do that.
Yeah,
But left to my own devices, there's like 4 or 5 other games, and I'm like, let's play this game instead.
Yeah. For example, Guild Ball.
For example, Guild Ball. Good answer, son.
Guild Ball is your favorite game.
I'm really liking Arstea too.
Yeah,
So,
Arstea
Arstea is
I
really.
played one of my first rounds of Arstea, and Arstea is pretty cool. Arstea has some dope miniatures.
That's actually. Do you see how she popped when you do that? It's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Good job, Darth Red Boobs. Good job.
You just make me careful every time you say that.
All right, let's do the other one.
The other one, Heartclaw.
The other.
The other one.
Jose, this kid's just talking, digging in the rack like Jordan. Where did Jose? He may have popped off.
Oh no. No.
He may have taken off.
Okay.
Okay?
I shouldn't have said
All right.
that.
Here, did we all learn how to paint this thing? Actually, if you were watching my if you watched Twitch the night before, you saw how I actually got the red color skin, and that's really all you got to worry about for this mini is just get the red color skin in and do some doodle freehand on it. Like she's got like those Darth Maul henna tattoos on her.
Isn't the regular Talon have like those little balls on the end of the little things on her head?
I don't know, son.
Sorry, you know.
I don't know. All right. Right at this scale, the little henna tattoos are very difficult to actually reconcile, but let's do.
How would there be?
She has a little.
If there are tattoo shops in the universe.
You're making an assumption about the Star Wars universe that I don't think is true, son. I think they do have. I think they do have some sort of tattoo shops on some of these planets.
There's barely ever any buildings seen in the movies.
There's Coruscant, which is a whole planet of just buildings, like a whole city. It's like a whole planet city.
Well, city doesn't. I mean that. I think.
All right,
that you'd
here we
see
go.
more shops in the town.
Okay. Cool. All right. So here we go. Moving along, people. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I mean, my kids are still awake, and it's 10:30, so we're not going to be on for much longer. But let's see, what else did we have to? Oh, let me show you guys. What was the other thing we're supposed to show them? This guy. This dude, right? Okay. So after talking with Chewbacca as a wicked dad.
You're supposed to show them the genie thing.
The genie thing? We just showed him the genie thing.
Oh, yeah,
So this is the Comic Quest miniature of the month.
Yeah.
And after talking with Larry last night, I decided to go ahead and start building mine. So he's the Mushroom King, right? So here's the Mushroom King. I put him on a 50 mil weird base. He came on one of these things. And let me tell you, getting this off
was a challenge.
That was fun. Chopping him off that thing. So he was on that thing. I don't like it. I don't for miniatures that I want to paint and like, do a deal, like a good fun deal on. I don't like those things. I could have left it on and put it on top of this base and then sort of built texture around it. Sometimes you do that and it looks cool. I really wanted I really wanted him running around on the texture here. So you can see it's just lighter texture there. I'm starting to put some terrain on that. So I've got some gray stuff. You can see you've got some shelf fungus here on a fallen log. That's what that's going to be. And then Larry had a very interesting idea as far as color scheme we discussed last night. I might steal a little of that because it's cool. We'll see, Larry. We'll see how we do. Um, his idea is really cool. I don't know, but yeah. So we'll work on him at some point. But yeah, I mean we're doing pretty good. I am sculpting extra things. I don't know if they'll end up on the base, right?
Those are like
Little button,
funguses.
yeah, little button mushrooms. I don't know if I'll put them on. I'm not
Because
sure.
there's like a little log there,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna make it look like that's his fungus children, this mushroom king.
Maybe.
And
We'll see.
there wasn't a stream on me and Daddy, me and him were talking about if there were mushroom villagers and what, and this is just a theory. What if those little mushroom things grow into the villagers?
I don't know.
Making a little army of just these tiny little fungi.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's. I'm just for now. One thing that we probably should do right now is I want to keep this orange on the lip there because we're using the fancy base. Actually, I may need a sturdier. Do I have a sturdier one? That looks pretty sturdy. That's pretty sturdy. Let's use that one. All right. Bioluminescent. Yeah, there's some really cool bioluminescent mushrooms.
Bioluminescent things are cool in general.
Yep. So we'll do this. I'm just gonna for now. We'll put him on here, and then I'm gonna paint the liquid mask on the orange. Okay.
Yeah. And speaking of bioluminescent mushrooms, in that game, remember the PC game on Steam, Feed and Grow Fish? They have these little mushrooms, and they're glowing, and they have these little spores, and you can eat them. So that's kind of cool, I guess.
That's cool, buddy.
The spores look like little glowing balls.
What did I do with my liquid mask? It's a little concerning. Let me see if I can find my liquid mask.
Liquid mask. I don't know how
Any questions, comments, threats? Was I supposed to rant about something else besides Relic Knights? I feel like there was another thing to rant about just prior. No, not Star Wars. What else?
I don't know, but anyways, I still have a lot of stuff to paint. Because, like, I got Surfer Dude, got the Rock Girl, heck, I even got a dragon, and some parasite thingies.
Look at just for reference, like I was saying, here's a tabletop combat resin piece. Okay? Tabletop combat. Right?
Hey, Daddy?
That's very similar to the Way of the Fighter stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same company. That they just paid to make not Bard Sung. But yeah. Bard Sung. That might actually be a cool game, but we're still sore about Guild Ball.
Yeah, you like Guild Ball most.
Where is... I gotta find my liquid mask, or this whole project is in jeopardy. There it is. Okay. I mean, Sean, I can invite you to the Facebook group for Bard Sung if you wanna see more.
Dad?
Yeah.
Should I show them the minis I painted or not? The minis for paint day?
Actually, not right now, kiddo. In a minute.
Okay.
Because I don't really, in order for you to do that, I'm going to have to
Find out.
move, well, no, here, let me put the liquid mask on and then you can do it. Okay? And then we got to go to bed, seriously, because it's super late. Like, these guys are going to, they're going to report me to CPS because kids, like, being up this late at night. It's just not okay. Nothing. You just shouldn't be up this late.
Okay.
That's all you need to know. All right. Let's put a little liquid mask on this bad boy here. This does ruin the brush, just so you know. And then this liquid mask, it actually dries fairly clear. And it is going to remain a little tacky too, so be aware of that as well. But the goal here, it's going to go on fairly thick. Try to make sure you have one continuous film. And then I let this dry like overnight. I let this dry a good long time to make sure that it's going to do its job, and it's going to dry pretty clear, so don't get freaked out by this when you come back the next day and it's, it looks pretty clear. Doesn't mean you miss spots. Okay. Here we go. One continuous coat. Fill in a spot there and full spot there. Okay. All right, son. You want to show off your minis?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to hold them in front of the camera and you can talk about them, and then we're basically we have to call it after this. Okay, kiddo? Oh, I got to show the other Way of the Fighters minis too.
Dang it.
All right. No, come on. Bring them up.
I'm
Oh, you put them away already?
Yeah, I put them in the case a while ago.
Okay.
And I don't know why I like putting
All right.
stuff in the case so much.
Let's look at
Where's my shark and where's the last thing? I'm not telling you.
let's look at some more Way of the Fighter stuff. Right? Next batch of Way of the Fighter minis.
Yeah, I got my things.
All right, 1 sec, son. Since I've got these out, they're all. It's weird. They're all kind of one lump like this, but we'll separate them out.
No Spanish here. I'm voting yes.
Maybe. All right.
There's not a lot of people here. No
So they got this. That's just weird. They have this like sort of blocking property to them. Onto the M10. All right, cool. So yeah, here's the other set. You can see they're kind of glossy and they're a little tacky. The detail, the detail is not very good. It's not the most consistent thing. But they're okay. This mini I had high hopes for because I really liked the sculpt when you see the art, but you can see the implementation is not great. There's little slips and gaps and stuff. She also appears to be missing a big chunk of her foot. That's not good. All right, so let's go ahead and get these put away real quick, and then this robot thing, man, this thing is going to be super fun to paint. I'm really looking for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be the first thing I paint is the robot thing, because that's cool. This guy's just weird, but he's... For me. They're mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I actually have... I got lots of stuff for me that I try to get to in between commissions. So, okay. All right, kiddo.
Okay.
Hand me some minis.
Okay, this is the first
Well, no. We work our way up. We always work our way up, okay?
Okay,
You finish strong. That's what you need to know.
Okay, we finished.
All right, so go ahead and tell us about these.
So these are like scorpion things that I painted. So, first we painted the first mini. I'm not gonna spoil.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, we went back into the store. We got these, then we painted them outside. And I chose this kind of cool but sort of weird style. Looks kind
I
of
love the purple and the green. It's super
yeah,
fun.
it kind of looks like it glows in the dark, but at the same time, it looks like something that would like.
And you have a little black here too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I kind of made it look like a hazard or something.
It's almost like I mean, you do see some like scorpions that use colors like black and green, and then when you put them under a black light, they'll get this purple hue to them, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Very nice. Next. Well, work our way up.
Okay.
Next up.
Next up. Okay, this is, you guessed it. Dun 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 dun, shark.
It's your shark.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's in like this wave whirlpool thing.
Mhm.
So when I went into the store after my other mini, still not spoiling, I also got this in there with it. We are divided between the octopus and the shark, and we just went with the shark. So yeah, and there was also another piece like a fin, but a dorsal fin, but we couldn't.
It's in there somewhere. We'll paint that.
Yeah, and
okay.
Yeah, so that's that.
Cool.
Kind of looks like it has a little.
And then the last one here.
Oh, what you were waiting for. It starts with the Z. Zombie ogre. There it is.
Cool.
So it has this big mace. So this was the first one I painted, and this was the one that I was promised to paint. And it was.
Yeah, that was the point of the paint day,
yeah.
right? Was to paint this thing.
But then we got more things.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is my favorite one by far. It's got all that detail, and if you go and watch that stream, you'll hear the story that we made with it.
Right, with the zombie ogre.
Yeah.
And the naked zombie alpaca, right? Okay. It's a good story.
You should watch it.
Yeah, it's a good story. I mean, come on, it's no Darth Red boobs, but it's a. Yeah. This is awesome, though. I really like this, kiddo. This is great. Yeah. I love the color choices and all the gashes.
Sorry, Dad,
right? It's fun. It's a fun.
Sure. So, yeah.
Definitely a very fun model.
Also, why does it look like he has part of a beard, but he doesn't have it on his chin?
Oh, I mean, he's just got like little sideburns, basically.
Yeah.
He's got little, yeah.
Yeah.
So, cool. Thank you for sharing, son.
Back in my
All right, folks. So it is. Yeah, it's coming up on 11 o'clock. It's super late. So we're gonna call the stream here. Let me just show. We're gonna show off. We would have painted more of this stuff. I'm actually glad I painted a lot of this stuff today, during work, taking meetings and that kind of thing. Sean says, great work, son. Thank you, Sean. Yeah. All right, and then you saw that thing. Yeah, happy Halloween. Like that thing. And you got this Lilith thing.
Yeah.
Lilith is great. I really like the Lilith. And then, of course, dun 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 dun. Then force choke. Yeah, that's Darth Talon, ladies and gentlemen. You too could Darth Talon it up if you so wanted to. These are made by Fantasy World Games. So if you're not gonna be like me and you want one for yourself, I will not judge you if you want one. And you can enjoy it. You could spend hours doing the little henna tattoos all over it if you wanted to. You could do that. So, anyways, that is gonna do it for this video. Yes. Yeah, everybody loves the backstory of the zombie ogre. If you want to check that out on the previous YouTube stream, I think it's a previous YouTube stream. It's on there. So that's going to do it for this video. Want to thank everyone for watching. Octavius, you want to say good night?
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Adios.
And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.